DPS thrown out, possibly. But Mag on the Winston, as I'm talking about how Ryan would be good to hold this doorway, Mag just debates me, goes to the Winston.
Yeah, it's interesting that they do this too. You know, I think that the idea here is that they do want to play this much like you would, you know, an Imani offense or defense rather, where you do want to go ahead and kind of drop down slowly, put some pressure down, and then kind of force yourself into a position where you can actually get back over to your team, get a soft reset, and then fully engage onto the back line and look for some pressure down onto someone like Joy before they can start building into a Transcendence. Then you have Primal Rage advantage, as you always do with a Winston composition that works out. So I think RunAway are trying to play into that as best they can.
And using that doorway that he was standing on to kind of find opportunity to dive into the back line. But if O2 Blast use these houses, this is going to be a tough area for Mag to hop into. He's still going to chase him on. So is the rest of the team. Wow. So ceilings are whatever. O2 Blasts have to deal with this dive.
This is so tough, though, because when you do get congested like that and your Reinhardt is still forced to actually hold his barrier up, you're going to lose the cleave battle to a Winston every time. And you can see the benefits of having the cleave because he's got Primal Rage sorted already, and they're going to be able to take the stagger kill on this D.Va as he can just dive in. Matt can do whatever he wants because he always has that backup as well, and they're going to take more and more away from O2 Blast.
I don't even know why Krong got the health pack there. He's like, stall me out more, please. And that gave even more ult charge. And then as O2 Blast thought they could maybe save Krong, RunAway just chased them off.
Yeah, and remember, while RunAway is building these ultimates, yeah, O2 Blast is firing back and they're building into their own, sure, but Primal Rage is a huge, huge advantage to have in a map like this and be able to displace the enemy. And I think Mag really wanted a better jump than that. But either way, they're going into that congested area where Mag can just keep them contained for as long as they need.
They're going up the same way, indeed. And RunAway not deciding to chase them off this time. O2 Blast waiting for their cooldowns and trying to avoid as much poke damage as possible. But RunAway running this dive goes can hop in and out and be in safe positions always, but O2 Blast going towards a point where it's a smaller room to work with. Actually, Mag is just gonna mess up their entire offense and primal into them.
Well, they're gonna Transcendence late. They didn't get the value they wanted initially, but now they can just start diving over onto the Reinhardt.
That's great self-destruct from QOQ, finishing off the rest of O2, who had used the grab and I wouldn't say that's a winnable fight for them. It's getting really messy between the two, and they even invested the rally thinking this is really winnable. They want to save Krong, who even throws out the self-destruct. So this is a very chaotic fight here for O2 Blast, who might have gotten a tick there, but RunAway finally will drop, and they're going for another engage. Mag got a little bit too far forward, but you do not want to mess with Proper when he's got high energy.
Yeah, literally never. I mean, that's always going to be a poor situation to walk into, but O2 Blast, they benefit from it, and they're able to take the cap. RunAway really kind of messing with the timings for O2 Blast supports, particularly Joy, forcing that early Transcendence out, but just not able to get the job done. And of course, respawn advantage to the attacking side at that point, but RunAway now have it in their favor, and we'll see what they can do with it now. But remember, Proper was able to get a lot of damage off at the end, so he's very close to a grab here now.
Yeah, self-destruct's not on time, but I haven't seen a lot of combos in that way. It's grab to grab. Who's going to pull the trigger first? You know, O2 Blast, some of them were on the low ground. Villainho tries to go for a pretty risky charge, but all in all, O2 don't seem as organized as they did on King's Row.
Yeah, really struggling to find that level of efficiency when they are able to engage and be able to find RunAway. I mean, we saw them actually doing such a good job at being able to get early picks and stuff in King's Row. Now we're seeing them really struggle to even get any kills at all in some of these team fights. RunAway definitely stepping things back up, it seems. And now, again, that grab v grab that we had in that last fight, well, it's going to be available once again.
Yeah, it was great for RunAway to win a fight without having to use the grab, but O2 Blast just don't want to mess with this high ground going down right through the center. It'll be maybe up to Mag's Shatter that can open things up again for RunAway without having to use the grab. Slams it down, catches O2 Blast. They're trying to get away, and it's another one fight here for RunAway.
Yeah, they'll be able to clean it up so easily, and again, O2 Blast you know, yeah, they didn't have to use anything in that fight, so that's fine and dandy, but RunAway, again, clean a fight without having to really invest anything at all themselves. So while this is kind of washing the board clean every single time that this occurs, it's more time away from O2 Blast Time Bank, and that's a win yet again for RunAway.
It's looking good combo to combo though, and maybe Villeneuve going into this high ground could find a moment for the shatter. Might be a little tough as the self-destruct from Krong actually through the side makes a shield turn around, catches Gangnam Jin, and now O2 Blast engaging with this, keeping this grab until they need it, throwing towards the right side. Villeneuve is there to hammer it in. The 2 kills, all they need to now pressure the point. RunAway trying to get out of spawn with the Transcendence. Villeneuve was in the corner ready with the shatter and takes away Mag from the rest of the fight, taking himself along with it. But O2 Blast, I mean, while they get all these kills, they don't get a single tick. How?
Well, O2 Blast, we saw Villeneuve go for a charge onto Mag, and LEGDAY going keeps Mag alive just long enough to pull 2 members of O2 Blast down. Now they're struggling to get back up onto the high ground because of that same play, and that's just enough space created for RunAway to start peeling them out and start focusing them down in isolation.
And that's maybe that chaoticness I've been talking about O2 Blast, where they look like they go into a fight with a plan, but when it comes to the chaos in the later stages of the fight, I feel like their combos might be starting to fall apart. And that was a problem I noticed back on Lijiang, and it's a problem we might see again. 2 minutes left, and Hisu might just stick on this Tracer. I don't think Tuba's really giving him that much trouble. And he's just, okay, never mind, he's switching. That pulse tells me he's switching.
Yeah, the issue with Pulse Bomb is that you can't kill tanks and you can't kill a Transcendencing Zenyatta either. So you don't really have too many targets. And if you do go in, you can instantly be met by a stun from Tuba, and you just can't play the game or have fun. So not worth it. Go back over to the Zarya. High ground setup already to O2 Blast. Once they do funnel down, they will have the backup of proper having that Graviton Surge at the ready.
A little bit of a flank towards, or a rotation towards the right. Villeneuve having Shatter. Wants to nail everyone from RunAway. They had Proper's grab as a backup plan, and it's the Rhine mind games. Villeneuve shield's much lower. They use the grab to see if they can get him out of the picture. Transcendence used from both sides, and self-destructs from both sides. It's an ultimate bonanza, but this is benefiting RunAway when they have the closer spawns, but O2 have the number advantage. But the issue is when they look like they win fights, they can't pressure the point or build any objective time with this.
O2 Blast looking to control the point now, as they do have a lot of bodies on it, and it's going to come down to their ability to play off of Villain here, especially with Tuba on your screen on the Brigitte, trying to make sure that they get the stuns down. They need to build to rally quickly.
Okay.
Big shatter, though.
Oh, big. He charged with 30 HP. I'm a little worried. There's the finish. And Hisu has another grab. He was so much quicker at building that over Proper, and at least 2 ticks, but 30 seconds remain, and O2 Blast don't have a lot to work with.
You have 2 ticks on the board, and they did just get staggered, and they did use Proper result and not find as much value from it. Hisu has one of his own, and I mean, Gangnam Jin already close to the Transcendence. This should be a pretty devastating blow here on this final attack, delivered by RunAway as they do drive into the point.
Great first grab here from Hisu. QQ was ready with the self-destruct, with the 2 kills on both supports of O2 Blast, and he didn't even have the grab ready, didn't have a shatter ready. They do get 77.9%. That fight will end there. And RunAway, very, very solid defense. O2 Blast, you might have gotten point A with quite, you know, in a fast pace, but man, did they struggle at point B.
Yeah, I mean, RunAway just so good at the stall, right? That should have been a cap when we did see Gangnam Jin taken out by the self-destruct early on. We saw a great setup, but this is just RunAway coming through. You can see here the support that they have. The communication is definitely there. RunAway so good.
Wherever. Villeneuve is off to the side, so that doesn't help.
Yeah. You have to wonder about that charge play onto Mag, and you know, he maybe should have gone for the pillar instead of, you know, all the way off onto the low ground, where we did see LEGDAY actually hit him with the sound barrier, keep Mag alive just long enough. Again, O2 Blast had 2 players go down to try to take Mag down, but then they lost their Reinhardt and 1 other player to the low ground, and at that point, with respawn advantage, RunAway is going to take that advantage every single time. So
Well, 77.9% Runaway have a chance to turn things around after Kings Road didn't really go their way. I felt like it was more of a time bank situation, and now time bank's all in their favor. They know their winning condition. The Rhine Goats as usual. What I'm interested in is if Mag is going to go on the Winston or the Rhine, and maybe realizing how important it is to have the Rhine to break through that Hanamura door for the offense. Is going to keep that one, it seems.
It does seem that way, but we will see Runaway. You know, when they do go into this fight, when they do approach on their attack, I think given the fact that they do have that advantage, they're going to probably be a little bit slower initially, but once they do find that opening, look for that gas pedal, and right out of the gates, they're going to look for Villeneuve. They want to collapse on the Reinhardt more than anything. It is slowing that things down right here.
And O2 Blast want to take as much time off the clock here at point A, and you can see that Bubble already going on to Mag, waiting out for the Zarya cooldowns, and, you know, O2 Blast not really playing as forward as they did on Kings Road. They're letting Runaway come to them.
And Runaway, again, just biding their time, looking for that opportunity, and here it is.
Oh, nice little boof here from Rain. Runaway, though, they lost their Zenyatta, and look at that focus fire right onto Mag. Good first start from O2. I like the way that they're dispersed around the defense. They're coming in at all angles, really making Mag kind of confused and moving his shield around.
It's going to be really difficult to move through this choke now with the way that O2 Blast are kind of held up on it. But here you can see a possible opening, but not enough.
Villeneuve almost could have regretted that. Got healed. Everything's fine. But extra ult charge, although he's still behind.
Yeah, that could have been terrible, but O2 Blast, they were able to charge up their Zarya, so they do have the grab. They can hold that choke for another fight for sure. And Runaway, hopefully they're going to be pretty smart about this and make sure that they just take this L right to the forehead and move on into the next fight and try to pull out as much as they can from O2 Blast.
And Runaway don't have support ults for this grab coming up. Proper is not going to use it quite yet, just so high energy, just wants to melt away Runaway, who... Wow, Tuba, another Brigida 3K, which I've never seen that before, and I've seen it twice now in Contenders Korea. Make it a 4K. Okay, pop off. Go off, girlfriend. And O2 holding a very solid defense, 2 minutes and 15 left.
Yeah, they were just so calm and collected about that one too, right? Because Proper, that was their win condition. Pulling out the grab and then just delivering the pain right to Runaway's face. But they didn't need it in that fight. They were able to do it with just having the Brigida rally going forward. Runaway going to be very aggressive about this fight. Look for an opportunity to jump in and try to take down Villeneuve quickly, because now they finally have ultimates.
Yes. But O2 are setting up in like a crossfire, making Mag maybe turn around his shield for a shadow for Villeneuve, but Proper throws out the grab. Self-destruct, though, from QQ is the one that rips O2 apart. Now, with every single ultimate except the shadow invested, Runaway will get the point, and man, I hope so.
Yeah, the scary thing there, though, is that Runaway, because they knew that they had an advantage, they didn't want to lose it. They forced out both of their support ults instantly, on top of having the rally on it as well. So Runaway used literally everything to secure that first objective so that they could obtain that extra 4-minute time bank and maybe get something going, get that 77.9% for themselves, or 78% rather, for the win.
And it's starting the snowball. You can see Runaway just going towards center. O2 Blast dropping down from the high ground to meet them. Could be a shotter that opens up things for Runaway. That's simple as that. They're trying to take a way more passive approach. See if O2 Blast maybe run after them. Maybe Bag could catch them around the corner. But O2 Blast are like, nah, come to me, bro.
Yeah, you want to try to see if you can pull out the sound barrier if at all possible, and the best way to do that is force pressure onto one of the tanks. And maybe D.Va is the one to go for it, but they might actually just lose the mech and be fine with it.
Well, Mag just got booped off to the low ground, so now O2 Blast can take advantage of just running over the rest of Runaway without a main shield. And that's a perfect type of stagger that you look for these Lucios to do on a point B of Hanamura.
The scary thing here, too, is that O2 Blast is just looking as strong as Runaway did on defense, right? They're looking so solid here with their support players, Joy and Rain, working so well together. You can see how they're going to be building up these support ults, and as Runaway get these lethal combinations at their disposal, O2 Blast should be able to easily deal with them with the backup, making sure that they have the sound barrier, making sure that they're able to get away from the fight and only pull in their support ultimates at the last second when they need them, and only then.
And that was a good dry fight for RunAway, and now they'll have almost everything on the board, trying to set up this grab self-destruct combo. The Shatter's gonna find one. Mag thinks he's got a kill with the Transcendence from Joy. Saves O2 Blast. Plan B, grab, self-destruct from RunAway. Is it enough to boop up into the air? The perfect setup for RunAway. The 2 kills take out the support, staggering the rest, starting that snowball. O2 Blast trying their hardest to stall this one out, but RunAway closer and closer to that 77.9% that they need, and there you have it, the 2-1 lead for RunAway over O2.
Think about how flawless your execution needs to be, your setup needs to be in order to get the win here. Think about the advantage that O2 Blast have in this scenario, and then this displacement is everything here. You can see how they dropped the grab in. There wasn't as much support here. They were able to hang on to their Transcendence till the very end. QQ with delivering an amazing over-the-top self-destruct that you almost never see working anymore. That's exactly what you're looking for. RunAway, get the job done, and take the map on Hanamura as well.
But also Mag, his shatter and his kind of play to get after that kill forced out both support ultimates from O2 Blast, and RunAway were able to support ultimate after that. So giving them that extra survivability, and then you had QOQ just doing QOQ things and blowing everyone up, and great setup plays, especially with that boop up into the air to allow the self-destruct to go off so well. So I'm a big fan of how that went for RunAway, definitely shaping up after how Kings Row went.
Yeah, it's got to be so tough to try to deal with things, you know, when RunAway is completely just throwing everything over to the side and everything like that. So it's got to be really tough for them for sure.
See how tough it can be. See if O2 Blast can turn it around. It is 2-1 for RunAway. We'll be back after the short break. Welcome back, everybody, to Contenders Korea. We are in map 4 of RunAway versus O2 Blast. If you're new, RunAway are up 2-1, only dropping Kings Row. We'll be going into Junkertown to see if RunAway will close it out or if O2 Blast will force the game 5.
Yeah, I mean, O2 Blast have looked real solid. There's been moments where O2 Blast has actually looked, you know, quite some better than RunAway, you know, dating over to the Kings Row map that we had and even moments that we just saw in Hanamura. But they really have to make sure that they've got everything ready to go for this next map here on Junkertown. This is their last opportunity to try to get that 3-0 advantage in the group stage. That would be a huge lead to have, and certainly will do a lot towards locking your way into the playoffs later on.
And certainly RunAway, the favorites coming in, not only historically, but through their results as well. The 4-0 over Geekstar, 3-1 over WGS, while as O2 Blast have struggled against teams such as GC Busan, who are 0-2 at the moment. And GC Busan is still a solid team, but O2 Blast going to Game 5 against them and also drawing and losing a map to Geekstar, who are at the bottom of the standing. So O2 seem like maybe that off and on team where they could probably pop if they really put a solid A+ effort and tried their hardest. They could probably beat any team, but I wonder emotionally, mentally, what's kind of holding them back, because they looked really good on King's Row and now look completely different on Hanamura.
Yeah, it definitely seems like O2 Blast is a team that when everything's going well, they're just as strong as RunAway. But when things are not going as well as they possibly could, they really struggle, especially against it. You can see the disparity when you're talking about a team that is just at the top of the heap in most cases. So RunAway, they look pretty solid pretty much all the way throughout. They're a very consistent team. That's why they have this performance level. That's why they're 7-1 +6 map differential. O2 Blast, on the other hand, we've seen really, really solid glimpses of some strong play. I think the highlight that I would have for O2 Blast is their support play. I think Joy and Rain are doing a fantastic job across the board, matching Gangnam Jin and Lee Jae-gon. Those are going to be really hard support players to try to match, and Joy and Rain are doing a pretty effective job of that so far.
Yeah, and I think Joy came in after that substitution of Me6, and same thing with Tuba, doing a very solid job on the Brigitte role after substituting there for Arrow. But the support play is all great, but I feel like sometimes O2 Blast, they support ultimate, they support a little earlier than RunAway. Either RunAway or, you know, ulting at the better moment, but O2 Blast kind of a little bit too quick on the trigger. Sometimes when Mag shatters, Rain and Joy are smart enough to not pull the Q trigger right away, but you just got to be careful of, yeah, they're saving their teammates, but you just got to avoid those opportunities where you have to support ultimate early, or at least before RunAway.
Yeah, I think a big difference factor is RunAway's ability to set these things up and make sure that they're really kind of catching O2 Blast off guard. O2 Blast haven't been able to do much of the same thing, and in some cases O2 Blast have kind of caught themselves off guard. You know, looking back at the way that we saw Mag get dropped onto low ground, O2 Blast was like, hey, let's go ahead and kill Mag, instead of saying, hey, Mag's off the high ground, we can take control because we're, you know, Reinhardt v Reinhardt and we have that advantage. Well, they dropped everybody to the low ground and then they lose all control of the point. You know, that's a play that O2 Blast probably shouldn't be making at this stage, and RunAway can take advantage of those kinds of things. And RunAway is a team that will take advantage of those kinds of things. So when you get into Junkertown, make sure that you're not making those kinds of errors. They probably won't see any, you know, high ground, low ground mistakes because it's, you know, that map, but yeah, that's it. Okay. They won't make those mistakes. They won't make those mistakes because Junkertown, you're not going to see as much high ground and low ground kind of stuff. You know, on first point, it's not that high. You're not going to have too much of, you know, Winston dive plays. You're not going to have probably the Orisa high ground defense. You're certainly not going to see it on point B unless you see a Winston on attack or something like that. Not likely there as well. So I don't know. You're probably not going to see that kind of thing engaged into Junkertown.
But when in terms of the macro plays from both teams, I think O2 Blast really thrives in the early game. They seem when they preemptively engage RunAway like they did on King's Row, I think they found a lot of success in trying to catch RunAway off guard. But when they play at the pace that RunAway is playing in terms of waiting for a RunAway to pull the trigger first, that's when O2 Blast gets stomped on. They really need to pull the trigger first. They need to ult first. They need to decide and take control of the fight. And I feel like maybe as soon as things get a little chaotic in the fight like they did on Hanamura, where everyone's kind of dispersed and ulting everywhere, that's when O2 Blast start to fall apart, and that's where that synergy of RunAway works really well.
Yeah, I have to absolutely agree, and I think O2 Blast, if they can manage to do that, they'll also just inherently enable Proper, and I think giving the best opportunity for Proper to step up to Hisu is the best case scenario for O2 Blast to be able to do this and pull this off and get us to a map number 5. Proper has been very, very solid with the Zarya so far, and again, enabling him is the key.
And Arrow will be substituted back in for Tuba. I mean, they need my favorite unicorn is back with his little ponytail. I love it. It's awesome. Again, probably abandoned it, but RunAway, sticking with this question mark. They are Hanzo, Sombra. Maybe the Hanzo just for information. So they have caught O2 Blast in that house, and now they're not going to hide for much longer, but they will stick with the Hammond, Bastion, Sombra, Fire Widow solo heal setup.
All right, so I guess the defense for... Wait. They're just putting all the pressure down. I think they're just going to chip away at O2 Blast, get them low, and then try to win that fight and then swap at point 2 as immediately as possible, because they're just surrounding them as much as they can and keeping O2 Blast inside of these this kind of tight space.
Yeah, who needs a tank? When you just got a lot of, but I think O2 Blast want to just minimize the distance they have to do to run after QOQ now onto the Bastion, but they did just use self-bubble there, and that's not a position O2 Blast want to be in, but they are contesting the cards, so RunAway are going to have to eventually come, or get into there, or O2 Blast are going to come out and just run over QOQ, minimizing that distance, waiting for the card to get to them.
They have to make sure that they're continuing to contest the cart, though. If they stop even for just 1 second, that's space created by the DPS players, and they can get that cart around the corner, and then RunAway actually have an advantage with this composition, especially given the fact that they have respawn.
Well, O2 Blast are just playing hide and seek. They get EMP'd and QOQ rains in damage, and not a ton. You would think he doesn't even have tank configuration up. You have a Riptire up before a tank config, and RunAway kind of have a distance battle going on right now. If O2 Blast start to pressure the payload, that's when RunAway are going to start to suffer. They see they're catching off QOQ, knowing he's the main source of damage, the main source of danger, but meanwhile the projectiles from RunAway are just taking advantage.
Let it be known that on this day, RunAway ran 5 DPS on a point and won, because they're definitely going to be able to clean this one up. They are going to be able to
don't call the win yet.
Get point A. Well, just the point. They won the point. They won the fight. And now they're going to get that swap like I was talking about. Swap as immediately as you possibly can to at least some kind of thing that can kind of create space once you get into this tighter area. I mean, that can work if you do have that open area on point A of Junkertown, you know, running that composition. But here it's going to be a little bit more difficult.
And Mag back onto the Hammond, realizing you might have to actually start to divide these members of the GOATs, but you have a lot of projectiles, you have the bullets from QOQ, you have so many dangers, and meanwhile Hisu can be just farming up EMP and making it even more difficult for you to protect yourself against all of this damage coming in from all angles.
And think about how difficult this is for O2 Blast too, because they want to contest the point. That's the nature of this 3-3 composition, but you can't, because even if you do, you're just going to be ripped down from all of these different angles of threat.
And now you have a EMP from Hisu, maybe a Dragon Strike or a Barrage. Pick your poison, RunAway. Just making this a speed run a little bit. They do have to start pressuring the cart and setting up on the cart to move it, but O2 Blast trying to play keep away. They're keeping out of line of sight. They are trying to dive QOQ. They focus their attention on QOQ, who's getting pocketed by LEGDAY Gun.
Big transcendence there from Joy, keeping everybody alive. QOQ gonna have tank configuration.
They don't even need it at this point. It's 2-1. Barrier from Rain made this maybe RunAway a little bit worried, but he's just gonna blast everyone away, forcing out the self-destruct from Krong, who's just like, whatever, dude, I just want my mech back. And RunAway, I mean, haven't had as much payload pressure, so although the kill feed is constantly in RunAway and they're having waves of ultimates, they're not getting objective pressure, and they're not moving the card as quickly as you would think.
Yeah, so they're gonna have to swap here. They need to make sure that they are getting exactly what you're talking about, which is, you know, distance on the cart, making sure that they have control on the objective, and the best way to do that is swap up the composition to the 3-3, and now you have to start figuring out a way to go forward and build up some momentum, because you swapped 6 characters just now, so it's gonna take some time to actually get anything going.
Yeah, this will be maybe a dry fight from RunAway. See how many ultimates they can drag out of O2 Blast. Taking a very different approach now onto the high ground, getting some extra poke damage, but this will be really favoring O2 Blast, who have the Shatter just waiting for them to come down.
This is good for them to swap sides though, because they can actually kind of sneak out some cart progress here and there.
For sure, Villeneuve's looking for the Shatter, swinging away, making Mag worry and pressuring down the supports, but somehow got himself so out of position. The grab was thrown from Proper to see if they could stop RunAway from running over his teammate, but nonetheless, Villeneuve drops, but O2 Blast still win the war.
Yeah, that's a decent fight though for RunAway, all things considered. They pulled 2 ults out of a fight that realistically O2 Blast shouldn't have had to use any. But again, this is still one of those scary situations where RunAway, because they had to swap 6 characters, they're effectively going to have 1, maybe kind of 2 shots at a good you know, fight to actually solidify this second stage of the map. And once they get there, if O2 Blast can answer those 1 or 2 opportunities, they will shut RunAway down on their attack.
It'll be really important for a Gundam Jin to get that Transcendence up, especially a self-destruct or a Shatter. There's a lot of danger here from O2, and they have the high ground control, so that's free poke damage above the shields here of RunAway, just trying to get some cart pressure. Villeneuve's going to drop, but he needs to be careful of not getting too far away from the rest of his team, especially when his shield is low.
Oh, there's Villeneuve trying to set things up. Unfortunately, though, it's going to be blocked by Mag.
A nice block by Mag, and now RunAway working towards the grab. They have the rally started and a Transcendence giving them some survivability, but O2 Blast used their own support ultimates now. The Trans and Villeneuve caught out of position again. He needs to stick near the rest of his team, or his team need to follow him, whatever happens. Proper with the grab, wants to turn this fight around here for O2, but they're losing members and losing hope as RunAway, 30 seconds left, will get point B eventually.
Eventually. 25 seconds remain, and yeah, that's going to wind down, but they're going to get that extra time, and RunAway are going to be coming out of this fight victorious, as well as having a couple of ultimates still in tow, and definitely trying to play the control game, you know, going forward. Arrow, Shui both have the rally available to them, and I would imagine that RunAway is going to be the team that's going to be more prone to trying to use this as a tool to get aggressive and force some control into this area here and just push this payload for free. Maybe not even take a full-on fight unless they see an opportunity just to get this payload pushing.
And Mag's looking for the shot around the corner. Is his Villeneuve. And now they take this high ground. They might try and see if they can split O2 Blast. We're now stuck against the wall, and this is not a position O2 Blast want to be in whatsoever. Now it's going to be some rally started up. Mag now slams it down, doesn't find any targets, and O2 Blast just want to break out of this tiny space. They need to make that space. Villeneuve will have his own shatter, and it's going to be the Mine Rhine game. Slams it down. Nothing found from either team, but this all favors O2 Blast, who make it so difficult for RunAway to get anything done objectively. This is the same thing that happened on King's Row, where RunAway only got, what, like 13 or 19 seconds on the clock? I'd be surprised if they finish.
Well, at the very least, they are going to be able to win this fight here. And on top of that, unfortunately for them, they win the fight, but they utilize their combo for it. They use the Graviton, they use the Self-Destruct, and they already used Transcendence earlier to match Joy's, or rather Joy matched Gaunenjin's instead. But nonetheless, not a lot of time to build into any of their lethal combinations. So now they're really going to play off of control, and that's all that they have realistically.
Yeah, Villeneuve slamming out a shatter. I think he got some supports down, but the barrier from Lee Jae Gong is used. RunAway cannot afford to lose anyone. It is now in overtime, and can they even finish the map? They've just lost Mag. No main shield here for the defense of RunAway, and you can see how scattered they are now, trying to regroup on the other side of the cart. O2 Blast losing members. RunAway actually turning this around. The teamwork, the synergy working out so well, but the job is not done. Meters away, O2 Blast are coming back.
Yeah, but so is Mag, and we do see the grab ready for Hisu, but they need to be able to cleave on top, but they need to find the kills, and there's no way they're going to do that without Mag there.
That was almost a forced C9 off the cart. Thankfully, someone was there to contest. RunAway, though, again losing Mag. No main shield. Can they finish the fight without him? QOQ is a self-destruct. No kills there. O2 Blast have a grab. It's the response that they need. Hisu is going to pick off at least the support here of Rain. O2 Blast only have Ana heals. They have grabs, self-destruct, a shatter. It's so back and forth between these two teams. RunAway has spawn advantage, and only Krong and Proper are there. You cannot let that cart sneak in. Can RunAway finish this one out? There's only Mag and O2 Blast get back, and they stop RunAway from finishing Junkertown.
You gotta love that swap from Joy there as well, getting a couple of biotic grenades in there, as well as that sleep at the very end. It's definitely going to be a little bit harder to continue that push and be able to sustain at that point when you have an Ana throwing biotics, making sure that you don't have the healing that you would like to have in that composition. So Joy able to get a lot done. You can see it right there, getting the purple down onto Hisu. He's not going to be able to get healed, so really puts them into a precarious position where Hisu has to back off, play a little bit more defensively, and that opens things up for your Reinhardt to start making plays like Villeneuve made there. And that Earthshatter probably was the big turning point in that fight that allowed them to finally get control.
Oh, that was so chaotic. I mean, I can't even believe RunAway won the fight before that. They lost Mag in a 6 versus 5, and RunAway kept going in without a main shield. They were able to win that fight, push themselves into the final meters. But what I like is that I feel like O2 Blast, they don't... This might sound really stupid. I'm going to say it anyway. It's 6 o'clock. I can say things. O2 Blast are better at surviving than killing. if you think about it, all these fights have been drawn
That's
out to
fair.
1 or 2 minutes plus. They don't kill stuff. RunAway actually kill more, but O2 Blast waste more time. So they're winning in time banks against RunAway on payload maps such as King's Row and this because they're better at surviving, not killing. There you go.
That's a fair point. I like the defense
Thanks.
of it as well. That's solid.
Thanks.
I can get behind it. I won't contest that. I mean, we said it before as well that, you know, Joy and Rain are really solid at making sure that they're matching support ultimates. And when you're playing the sustain game, that's the way that you do it. If you're playing your support that way, then you're catering to that play style. So it makes a lot of sense that that's what we're seeing from O2 Blast, because that's the way that they're playing their supports. So now as we get RunAway on the aggressive already, definitely keep your eye on the supports to try to continue that. And there's the first frag onto Mag.
That's what I want to see from O2 Blast, matching that aggression against RunAway, taking out Mag and focusing, you know, noticing your own main tank, Villeneuve, taking so much pain and just constantly in the spawn room. You got to do the same thing to the other Reinhardt. I'm liking that Mag is feeling just as much pain as Villeneuve.
Yeah, and honestly, I think a little bit more at this stage too. Mag has really struggled, but here's a chance to fire back.
Oh god, Villeneuve just almost did that thing on Hanamura where you think he might be doing something dumb, and then his supports help him out. So it's okay. Get back on the payload. We're good. Or not. Let's go back.
Or just back all the way off.
You just got all these stagger kills just to chill out.
Well, that's what happens, I guess, when you do get picked. But nonetheless, a minute is gone. RunAway back into position, and Mag has worked his way back into the fight in a big way. He has Earthshatter available to combat Villeneuve.
Oh! I don't know. That might have caught... I caught Krong, but Villeneuve has his own shatter. And now this is a big area of the map where he could maybe catch... Oh, God, he got moved. He still got people!
That's not supposed to work.
That's not supposed to happen. And this is very chaotic. And now you have to be careful of environmental kills, just as Hisu found that out the hard way. But through all the chaos, remember, it's RunAway that are very good at staying structured and staying together during these times. And O2 Blast will have to reset.
Mag will get back, but I still I'm kerfuffled about what just happened with that Reinhardt. That's not supposed to happen at all, but nonetheless, we move on. The shatter worked, it shouldn't have, but RunAway
You have like
now
5-second notice. Oh, or
proper
not.
huge advantage now.
Hisu dies with grab. Mag is dead. QOQ and RunAway are basically dead. That was a completely easy fight for O2. I don't know why they didn't do that 2 minutes ago.
I'm wondering if the Crab Brave is alive and well still. I don't think it is. It's probably dead by now. But anyways,
No,
RunAway, they would. Oh, they do though. RunAway, they do have their grab. O2 Blast held onto theirs though, so not a huge opportunity for RunAway to put up a staunch defense unless they really just outplay O2 Blast here. They've been pretty solid about that in the past, but O2 Blast have, again, so good at sustaining. They have the ability to do just that here yet again, but it is their attack. They have to win the fight. They have to get the kills, get the picks quickly, and start moving this cart forward.
And very similar defenses so far in terms of times. Now, RunAway had the most trouble on offense on this point in particular, so O2 Blast see if they can make a speed run out of this, but they've given up that high ground control to RunAway. You can see that Krong tried to dislodge that, getting to half health. Now it's the grab from Proper, no self-destruct from Krong to pair up with it, interestingly, but it's the combo on the other side that's even bigger. QOQ double kill for RunAway. We'll hold this defense for now.
Honestly, going into this matchup, I highlighted two players specifically, QOQ and LeGdaY, and it's basically just their ability to coordinate with one another. And we've seen that twice now, where they hit just the biggest tide-turning combinations, booping up, setting up, and then allowing that to be a big kill. So, I mean, honestly, really good stuff from LeGdaY to set these plays up.
Oh, okay. That's the self-destruct that'll even up with your grab setup here. Gets one. Again, Hisu, Crab Rave dies first. Not liking that so far. Only 2 down here for RunAway, 6 versus 4. O2 Blast will now get some position here onto the cart, but RunAway are actually trying to die on the cart, prevent that objective time again, trying to make this the longest defense possible.
How does Arrow die in that? Question mark. But either way, O2 Blast still get the defense up, or sorry, get the fight win so they can start pushing that cart now. As RunAway, they have an opportunity to come back into this, although it's not going to be that great of an opportunity. The best case scenario here is that they pull out ultimates. They come in, you know, very, very aggressively speed up, try to get in there, force out the grab to come out from Proper, and then you have an advantage going into the next fight.
And love to get this grab out here from Proper. Knows RunAway's towards the left side. Do you want to use it there? Because now Matt can just keep his shield up. Can't counter shatter. Actually, they do just force themselves into that room and blow RunAway away. O2 Blast get point B.
Remember, RunAway did not finish the map. They got so close, but unfortunately, that's not good enough. So O2 Blast, with an opportunity to close this map out here, they either run the rest of the map and we go to a game 5, or they don't, and RunAway takes the series 3-1. And again, got to make sure that you're enabling Proper as much as possible, being aggressive. They've done good about that so far here on Junkertown.
Oh, the triple shatter. All supports are down for RunAway. O2 Blast is running them over again. This is a great fight win, and especially here where if RunAway could have won it here, O2 Blast would have been trapped in the worst choke point here of all of Junkertown. They're making great progress, 2 minutes and 30, and like you said, that yellow box of victory around the corner.
Yeah, right there. So close, so close. RunAway, though, have some options available to them here. They're going to be able to drop the grab. They're going to have that combination with QOQ as well. They're going to have their support ults. O2 Blast, RunAway. This one's going to be a bloodbath on this fight.
Oh, RunAway have the combo. When are they going to pull the trigger? O2 Blast a little bit on the high ground, either looking for an E and also looking to divide themselves so they're not as punished by these ultimates coming up from RunAway. We're playing this very passively, wasting time. O2 Blast now get hit with the grab. Only partial. Oh no, the self-destruct lane on the high ground wasn't as Q, but QOQ is down. Now, responsive grab here from Proper. They try to get the kills that they need. RunAway is halfway down and completely down. That yellow box of victory is around the corner. RunAway need to get back quick.
Oh, you just don't have anything to create an advantage at all. You swap over to the Ana, but you have to get onto the point. I think the Diva's going to manage to do just that, but still pushed off. Goes for the Mega. That's 2 people off. Can they even do this?
Avillio sleeping on the job. Can they do it? They got QOQ out of Mag and out of the fight. RunAway just, oh no, they got off the cart. Mag has to make this space for them. They need to get this cart pressure, but he's getting pressure from all angles. He's just the last one. He dies with pretty much Grav. And O2 Blast turning things around and sending us into a game 5 against champs of RunAway.
Are you kidding me? O2 Blast. What a way to clap back into the series. Yeah, nuts. Of all teams. But here we go. I mean, this is a map 5 against RunAway, a team that everybody expected was going to be relentless. I mean, certainly going into this group stage, but even in this kind of matchup, despite the fact that O2 Blast is 2-0, RunAway is a very solid team. I don't think the expectation ever was going to be that this was going to be a game 5, and this is nuts. O2 Blast playing out of their minds.
And this is the back and forth we wanted to see from O2 Blast. You flick the switch on, you flick the switch off, and they're definitely feeling on right now. We're going to go to a quick break, and when we get back, map 5. Welcome back, everybody, to Contenders Korea, the most exciting match I believe we're gonna see all season between two teams you would not expect. RunAway versus O2 Blast going into a Game 5 and one incredible turnaround.
Yeah, and we're going straight over to Nepal to decide who's going to be taking it and who's going to be taking a 3-0 standings in this or scoreline in the standings where, you know, honestly, RunAway, that was their expectation. That's their expectation. O2 Blast, on the other hand, you know, yeah, they come into the season that everybody expects them to do pretty well, especially behind Proper, who's been really lights out, I think, so far for them. A very consistent threat. But honestly, again, highlighting them for probably the 7th time at this point, Joy and Rain are playing so well. And I think a big reason why they were able to take Junkertown just previously, that sustained game that you talked about, their ability to just outlast RunAway in some of these fights and just whittle them down over time, create opportunities for Villeneuve. It's been working out for him so far.
But I think the trend here is that O2 Blast are better at wasting time on payload maps, and they win by time banks. That's been the situation of Kings Row and Junkertown, where Kings Row, they had the better time bank and won after that, and Junkertown, well, they didn't even let RunAway finish. But now you're going onto a control map where, to be honest, they kind of got slapped on Lijiang. It was 100 to 13, 100 to 12, and RunAway were just running circles around them. So I'm a little bit concerned going into Nepal, but there is a lot of momentum coming behind O2 Blast.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is something where O2 Blast has they definitely look better in fights than they did on Lijiang Tower. Absolutely. It looks like a very different team at this point than they did on the first map. However, RunAway's still winning, I would say, a majority of these fights, especially when they are kind of that vanilla approach. Even in some cases, RunAway is getting a lot of value when they're down economy by quite a lot. So in those situations, you have to wonder if that's going to be, you know, a huge deficit to O2 Blast going into a control map type.
I have a lot of faith if O2, if they can cap first and hold the defense. I think that's when their defenses have been way more solid maps going in their way. But can they do the same thing on control, where I felt like on Lijiang they would win a fight, but RunAway would just instant reset and then only give up 12% to O2 when they did have control. So O2 Blast, now that they're energized through the series, like you said, they're definitely looking different than map 1. Do they close it out here?
It's so tough to call at this stage because
right?
A betting man would bet RunAway. A betting man would. But I don't know, my heart, my soul says O2 Blast has such a good shot here. They looked so good on these last few maps, and they've really, really bounced back in a big way. And I think RunAway might be starting to second guess some of their strategies, at least to the extent where there's an opening for O2 Blast.
Arrow's got to challenge or channel all that unicorn magic. And, you know, he did get subbed in and he didn't win. So let's see how Nepal goes. Now on Shrine, it's going to be Rheingoats versus Rheingoats. Not expecting any Winston. You got that ceiling on the point that might limit Mag. And speaking of that, limits Arrow right back into the spawn room. Now missing 2. O2 Blast give that first cap to RunAway. And now I'm a concerned citizen.
Hashtag concerned citizen. RunAway, cleaning things up. Are going to be able to take control early, and this is the same kind of start that you saw back on Lijiang Tower, where they were able to just hold out indefinitely. O2 Blast really struggled at retaking. RunAway so good at disengaging. I mean, these are the put RunAway in the driver's seat in the control map. This is going to cause problems.
So good at control, and they proved it. But O2, momentum, carrying it forward, and Villeneuve is going to be the one to watch with the shatter coming up, taking that high ground, and now kind of in a small amount of space where RunAway used the speed, and they're looking to charge towards O2 Blast, who have the shield low, and a perfect shatter from Mag, shattering the dreams of O2 Blast winning this fight.
Oh, they look to be cleaning things up as well. They're going to go forward aggressively and try to see if they can get a little bit more, and they will be able to probably get Hisu back actually to where Proper is in terms of ultimate charge as well, because Hisu took a lot of pressure in that first fight, was forced to back off, and Proper got ahead. Now RunAway have evened the odds there, as well as gotten their scoreline to 50%. This is such a huge lead for RunAway.
But O2 Blast are coming back with 6 ults, and this is how they turn it around. They have the tools. Can they build the house? Hopefully. Going towards the left side, though. Let's see, grab, shatter, option A, option B, RunAway though, ready to meet them there, and it's Hisu's grab that comes out first, self-destruct from QOQ at the top. Is it set up right? The barrier and Transcendence, all three support ultimates used from O2 Blast, who did not get the combo they wanted. Now RunAway responding with their own support ultimates, and doing so last, giving them the later fight advantage, but they've lost Mag. But we've seen them win fights without him. O2 Blast taking that opportunity to charge forward against RunAway.
Oh, they trade their Lucio for Zarya. That's a pretty solid trade. You're going to lose the speed, but hey, you still got Proper in the fight, and maybe you can start burning these guys down.
Burning them down they shall, getting that point back. Not until RunAway or Mag comes out of downtown somehow. He will get cleaned up and staggered, but RunAway did stall this out to 99%. That's a one fight win that they need to take the first map, and this was the concern I had for O2. If they weren't going to cap first, it takes them so long to get it back, if at all.
Yeah, now RunAway, they're coming back into this. You have to wonder if, you know, O2 Blast really have a solid shot at being able to hold out consistently for the next, you know, 80 seconds. That's going to be so difficult for them to pull off, as RunAway are so good at actually taking control away from O2 Blast, forcing them off the point. So O2 Blast are going to be forced into this position. They can't lose control of this point at all.
Here, looking for Villeneuve if he can get an amazing shatter to stop Hisu from grabbing. Proper is going to grab second. Both grabs out. QOQ self-destruct. Krong not using his. No kills yet. Proper drops right after. Now Krong clearing the space with his own self-destruct. That double kill! O2 Blast will hold on to the point.
But an opening. When one door slams right into your face and breaks your nose, another door opens. So
go to the hospital, but
but when you wake up fully concussed, you have an opportunity here. And what we're going to see is going to be the rally, the beat. Huge opportunity here for RunAway to take those advantages in that support and just out-sustain O2 Blast, get aggressive, jump right down onto them. O2 Blast have nothing to answer back with.
RunAway have barrier and rally. They start to rally. They want to keep this barrier till just their desperate moments. But O2 Blast just gave up all this space. They need to keep control of this point. Control the fight. This is how you match the aggression here of RunAway. And the flip goes through. No one from O2 Blast even died, and they gave up all that space. They didn't even have to use the barrier. RunAway don't have to use anything. O2 Blast need to engage. The barrier drops from RunAway, and they start to completely smash O2 Blast into the ground. But at least this was a closer control map than map 1 went. It will end 100-79, but O2 Blast looked way better here.
Yeah, almost that systematic approach from O2 Blast kind of hurt them a little bit almost. I mean, Joy and Rain are so good at having this kind of in and out function, right? X plus Y equals, and then you get the fight win. And it's always, you know, you drop the Transcendence, Joy communicates that its Transcendence is ending, Rain goes for the sound barrier, and they just play every fight like that. If they have that opportunity to match tempo with one another, RunAway say, okay, we're just going to take this L after Krong just drops the most heavenly self-destruct on top of their heads. And that's a huge opportunity, because then you have the beat advantage. O2 Blast definitely can't take the fight at that point, and RunAway take the win because of that. Now here on Village, RunAway looking to close it out right now.
And O2 Blast, their ability to waste time and draw out these fights will only benefit them if they have the point. So they need to cap this first. This benefited them on payload maps on defenses, but it won't benefit them here unless they have the point. Taking this high ground approach, RunAway will be right below them.
All right, well, O2 Blast looking for that side that they want to choose and dropping right onto the heads of RunAway.
And great, they're cornering some of these members here of RunAway, seeing if they can get a pick, but it's actually Villeneuve again getting a little bit too aggressive, and Proper's there to join him because you got Brigida's popping off like Shui. So RunAway, the first cap. Again, I'm a concerned citizen for O2 Blast.
Huge play, though, from Shui, opening things up for his teammates and exposing Villeneuve at the very beginning there. And when you have that advantage, Reinhardt down 6v5, RunAway can just take that full steam ahead. Now they have control early. We've been in this position before. We've seen how this plays out.
Oh, stop. I don't want it to end like this. My heart says O2 Blast can close this out. This is how they're giving such a challenge to RunAway. They're making them sweat, and this has been an amazing series to see no matter what the result is. But a quick switcheroo, O2 Blast go through the main doorway, but Mag has a shatter. They need to be aware. They had their backs turned for a second. Mag didn't go for it yet, but the story is about to finish off Mag. Thankfully, the rest of RunAway joined him, and he could have easily died there.
That's when you tighten your hindquarters up quite a bit in that situation if you're Mag, though, because you really gotta, I mean, you gotta back up and pray that your team makes it in time, but they keep him alive, and now O2 Blast getting back into the fight. He's at 62%, or the scoreline's at 62% here, so O2 Blast are getting into that desperate territory. They're down 1-0 already in the map. They have to get something done here.
It has to be now. RunAway getting close to the grab, and they've already won the early fight, taking out Villeneuve, consistently focusing him down and killing him before the fight could even start for O2 Blast. Now you're 80% plus. This is O2's last chance to engage. Oh, no. And they haven't even dragged out the grab from RunAway. This is going to be tough. They haven't dragged out
anything. Oh no, RunAway have almost everything. They even still have the lingering armor from the rally as well. So RunAway effectively 6 ultimates in this next fight.
Oh, it has to happen now. 97% plus O2 Blast. Everyone just got shattered there from Mag. But O2 Blast used the barrier. Transcend is out. They have no more support ultimates. This grab from Proper needs to be big, but they've lost already 2 supports. O2 Blast 6 versus 4. Can they turn this around? They're not on the point. A shatter could have blew this all open, and O2 Blast step off the point. RunAway close out the game 5 with a 2-0 on the Paul.
That's one of those hashtag hate to see it for sure. That was doable right there. RunAway played it really solid. I mean, RunAway played it so solid at the beginning there. You have to make sure you can get on the point. You had people available, great shatter setup, but just nobody to contest so that you could cleave things out and maybe have some kind of shot there. There was a hope and a dream, I think. There was a will and there was a way at the end, for sure.
Villeneuve, such a target of focus. He just died early every single fight, and I don't even think that's a knock on them. RunAway just put their pants on, their big boy pants on, and knew who was the danger to deal with, and it was Villeneuve, because as soon as you don't have a shield, you're just open to so much stuff. I almost said the wrong word, but the shatter, you got grab, you got everything that can happen, and RunAway knew what to get done, and the fact that they're able to conserve their ultimates while winning these fights is incredible.
Yeah, and Shui is a big part of that too, because when you have that kind of player, and even Decal from RunAway is good at this same exact thing, where you can see them actually just popping off in these situations where they need to expose a Reinhardt and create that advantage. They do that time and time again. We saw that especially on Village.
Well, replay showing Mag. Oh my god, I didn't even see that. What a fail. Okay, I don't think this is fails of the week, but both sides. I mean, I was a really big fan of Mag's Winston, but it was really back and forth between these two Ryans blocking each other's shatters. You never really saw a 6-man shatter. You ever saw 1 or 2, and Mag actually was eating a lot of damage on Junkertown, but it was Mag that closed out Villeneuve on Nepal, and that's what really matters.
Something you also don't see a lot is a lot of these gravitons actually being gobbled up by defense matrices. That's something that is definitely different from a lot of the other regions, where you certainly that comes down to team level coordination, actually, where you hear a lot of times these top level teams, they're actually coordinating the defense matrix timings of their opponent, as well as kind of making sure that their own diva knows what they're supposed to be blocking as well, where that opening is a 2-second window. The Earth Shatter window is only 0.75, so it's very, very difficult to find those windows to get those 6-man Earth Shatters, but it's very easy to get your Gravitons in, and both of these teams, actually all 4 of these teams today, were very, very effective at their communication to deny or enable those kinds of things from happening.
But it was the preemptive engages from RunAway that kind of bit down on O2 Blast, just like O2 Blast did to them. When O2 Blast would preemptively engage, they were on top of the game. This is how they took advantage on Kings Row. This is how Junkertown went so well for them. But RunAway, game 5, both teams are sweating, and RunAway knew how to take things seriously low. So let's pull up the standings to see what were the results of today's matches. So RunAway, with that win, 3-0 at the top. O2 Blast dropping down to 2-1, but map differential still really solid because of that game 5.
Yeah, I mean, they're still in a really solid spot, you know, +1. They can still continue on and, you know, play out some of these other opponents. The only unfortunate thing is that Geekstar, who's struggled the most so far in this group, that